Thank you for choosing CTN. And now it's time with Herman and Sharron.
I love you. Where is Sharron? She's not here. She's out there. But we're doing this on a different set because the subject today is extremely educational for our physical bodies. The guy that's 6'4" next to a short guy is Bruce Brightman, and he's the expert in the area of vitamins. Let me tell you a little bit about him as I put my shoulder out of joint, just trying to lay it on his shoulder. He is the founder of LifeSource vitamins. It was a plan because he lost his father with pancreatic cancer. Oh my goodness. That motivated Bruce to start a nutrition company to help people become healthier. LifeSource Vitamins is a Christ-centered company donating all its proceeds to Christian ministries. He's an entrepreneur, so don't take up an offering for him, okay? He's doing just fine, but his heart is for ministry, and we are being blessed just to have him. So we're doing this a little bit different on this particular set because you're going to understand the subject in just a moment. Have a seat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
How does it feel to be up that high?
It's all I know. Yeah.
Was your father tall?
He was. Same height, weight, kind of same exact.
Seriously?
And I have 6 siblings, so I'm the baby of 7. So some are tall, some are shorter, so there's no kind of rhyme or reason.
So what size arm do you have right there?
That's about an 11. I don't know.
It's amazing. You know, isn't it great to see somebody that is suggesting you take care of the temple of the Holy Spirit, and he actually looks like he's taking care of the temple of the Holy Spirit, and that's just wonderful. Behind us, you will see a lot of vitamins, just to give you a little idea of the ones that he brought today, but he has a lot more. We have catalogs that will be sent to you if you go to the website while we're talking on this particular subject. We want to get into it as quickly as we can, but I just wanted to give you an overview of what Bruce does, what his company does. And by the way, he even passes out bracelets. Take a look on the screen of these bracelets that I have right there. They are right there. Hey, Tom, catch your bracelet. There you go. Okay. Say, Gare, here you go. Whoa, okay, there you go. And I've got mine on. I think there you go. I've got my own bracelet right there on my arm today. So this is look at that. Isn't that great? It really is. That says powered by God, and I guess the others say driven by faith and powered by God. It's really, really wonderful. It's a testimony. So anyway, just a plus. We are going to talk today about the gut. And Bruce, we always try to come up with subjects when we're talking. He lives in California, and you have another branch here in.
Yeah, Winter Park, Orlando.
Okay, and this particular company is. You've had more than one company, right?
Yeah, dozens. Yeah.
And God has just put that entrepreneur mind, and you use it for Him.
I do. Yeah. I mean, it's humbling, honoring. Yeah, it's good, and it's how I was raised. So it's just, it starts in the home, right?
Tell me about your testimony personally, trusting Christ, when that happened, how it happened, just to give a little overview of what kind of person you are.
So when I was raised, we went to church. We were raised actually in Orlando, and I went through the motions of going to church with family, and that's kind of how we did it. Every Sunday was church. Didn't really get it. Wasn't wasn't in it. I was in church, but I wasn't, believing. It wasn't until I got to college, somebody invited me to church, and I went to a church up in Tallahassee, and it was a fire and brimstone kind of preacher who reached me, and I'm like, wow, and that was a turning point. And then I met some people at Campus Crusade for
Just
Christ.
for those people that are watching, fire and brimstone, they're probably going, oh, yeah, no. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about, but they may not understand. What you're saying is that he told you you're going to hell.
Yes.
If you don't accept Jesus Christ.
And it was at, First Baptist of Tallahassee is where it was.
Yeah.
I was up in school. And he was awesome. He was great, loved him. It's like he was speaking to me. And ever since that day, when I go to church with my own family, I feel like he's talking to me and no one else, because it's things that I'm dealing with and things that I can relate to about family and honor and servitude and all the things that are important to me. So he was the beginning. And then I met Dr. Bill Bright at Campus Crusade for Christ. And that was kind of the turning point for me to kind of start this business and do all kinds of things that I've done. And that's kind of how the faith kind of came to be.
And your father was kind of the motivator, as I just indicated.
Yeah, so in 1992, we lost him to pancreatic cancer. He was 68 when we finally lost him. He was diagnosed at 66. And I was knee-deep in businesses, selling a business, wondering what I'm going to do next. And as I'm driving home, I'm getting ready to invest in a children's, in another business. And God had other plans and put this on my heart to start a vitamin company. So in 1992, I started this vitamin company from scratch. So I started doing research on why vitamins work, why they don't, what vitamins don't work if it's combined with another vitamin, because certain nutrients kill other nutrients. It's kind of like caffeine and vitamin C and blah, blah, blah. But so I just started doing research, and then I came up with our first multivitamin. And from that, we've grown to 400 different vitamins. We have probably 200 more we're in production with to create new specialty fertility type vitamins. So always on the move, never, we just want to continue to expand to get people healthier. And my goal for this company was to make it so people like me don't lose their parents early, and loved ones, aunts, uncles, whatever.
Now, this isn't off-the-shelf type things that you go into any store and get. You make sure what it says on the container, it's actually in it.
Correct. Yeah, and that's big for us. We couldn't say we believe in God and do this for God and give all this money if that's, just. Yeah. And there, in this industry, there's organizations out there that don't live up to the Hippocratic oath that you should by, staying true to the label.
Yeah, if you had a lab test it, you might not come up with, if it says magnesium,
right?
They might go, there's no magnesium there.
Yeah, they say there's 400 milligrams in it when there's really only 60.
Yeah, I do Dave. He's my director back there, disservice. Some things I check with him, some things come into my mind and I don't. But I just took a picture of this. Which camera right here? Okay, Sue. I took a picture of this. This is what I took this morning. These are my vitamins. And I'm a consistent weirdo. I mean, I do it every day. My wife's in the audience. She will shout out, yes, he does. But I just wanted to, I do this because it makes this 79-year-old body feel better. And if I die tomorrow, I want to have quality of life today. Okay? I'm not looking to live to 120 years old. I'm looking for quality of life. And that's what I think we're talking about.
Yeah, definitely. You hit it right on the head. Consistency. I'm the same way. Very routine driven. I'm in this gym at the same time every morning. I have my day lined out. And that's just me. I take my supplements at these times during the day. I know what's going on. I have it planned out, just like you. So to your listeners, they are the perfect people for our organization to help. You stay consistent, take them on time, do your thing. over time, because what we're doing is we're fighting Father Time.
Yes.
So
believe me.
Yeah, Father Time is undefeated. We just want Father Time to be down the road, not closer to us. So the consistency of taking these for what we're going to talk about today, which is gut health, it's important. Continue to take it on time. Continue to do what you do every single day. Your body will correct itself with this leaky gut syndrome and the gut health and all the 100 trillion bacteria that are in your body, mostly good, some bad, but we need the combination of good and bad bacteria in our gut. So
you've been kind enough to give us a whole, I mean, this is one of the best displays I've ever seen. And Dave, you can start putting it up on the screen, and we're going to go right down page by page. I hope we have enough time, but take a look at your screen, and we are going to move through this. Just read some of that.
So what does the gut actually do? Does it just digest and break down food? Yes, but that's just the very beginning of what it truly does. So I'll read some of these out to you, and just know that you can call us. We're going to mail you out a catalog. We're going to mail you all the information that you see and hear today, and we're going to mail you free as many of the armbands as you want to give them to your kids, and we have kids' colors and all kinds of fun things. So anyway, so here's some of what the gut actually does, which most people don't realize. Yes, it releases enzymes to break down the food, of course, but it also controls your esophagus. All of your swallowing is done by that, and it controls the vitamin and mineral absorption. And what is interesting about that is not the vitamins you take, the vitamins your body will extract from your stomach. So as you're eating a head of lettuce, it's going to extrapolate out the good and excrete out the waste. Or if your gut is not healthy, it's just going to pass right through. You're going to get very little uptake of your vitamins. So it's critical to have your gut microbia in line. Controls gut microbiota, which influences your serotonin levels, which is all about your mood, your happiness, your anxiety. We'll talk about that in just 2 seconds. It affects all of your metabolism, whether it's good or bad. I know a lot of people, as they age, their metabolism slows down. Doesn't mean you have to gain weight. What it means is you have to have your gut in line that will make it so you don't gain this weight. Breakthrough studies are suggesting that memory and thinking skills are all tied to our gut's health. And then again, you see it right there, weight gain, obesity. Evidence is showing that the microbiota responsible for bodily changes that lead to your obesity. You know, again, so it's one of those things that the gut dictates so much in your body, and most people don't know it.
And it controls the hormone.
Yeah, so all your hormone regulations, you know, as you age, you start to lose a little of your spice for life.
You lose everything.
Yeah, you lose it all. There's mood and anxiety and depression, so 95% of that is controlled by your stomach, which is shocking. Even when I was doing all the research for this, that one kind of stood out to me like, wow. So many of us have anxiety, depression, and mood, and most of it's caused through your belly, not your brain.
Wow.
So all the top medical experts around that we've talked to and that we read about, healthy gut is crucial for mental well-being and overall health. And that's, I mean, nothing says it better than that. And then this last thing right here is the bottom line. The gut is the frontline defense against disease, illness, and infections.
Wow. When I read all of this, I mean, I was mesmerized. In fact, I told Bruce before we went on, I said, I took pictures of it because I can send from my iPhone to my family, because I just wanted them to read this. I mean, this research is some of it was from Harvard, right?
Yeah, and Caltech, Harvard, and we get it from all over. Wherever we're info hogs, we take it. We just read it and read all these studies, and that's what we do to create our vitamin line too. Is we want to address situations, leaky gut.
How do you know? How did you know you have that?
Well, there's all kinds of ways that you can tell that you're not healthy in the gut region. You know, digestive is the easy one. Do you always have stomach issues? You know, there's all kinds of heart disease, poor immune system, autoimmune system problems.
In other words, you get cold after cold after cold.
Yeah, when you catch something all the time, when your kids bring it home and all that, you have an unhealthy gut. And a lot of times that's due to taking too many antibiotics, prescriptions.
Seriously?
Do everything you can not to take those. Sometimes you have to. We know that. We get that. But sometimes
so during the cold season,
they're just easy for a doctor to give them to you.
During the cold season, if you go in and say, I've got a cold, I can't shake this thing, antibiotics immediately.
That's right. So your body doesn't actually learn how to beat it. The antibiotics go in there, they shred your stomach linings and all your microbes down there. And yes, you get better from the cold, but your body didn't do anything to help itself, and it has just ruined the good versus bad of your microbiomes down there. You know, we have 100 trillion, over 100 trillion bacteria in our bodies. We have, to tell you how big that truly is, we have about 39 trillion cells in our entire body that make up our entire body, 39 trillion. We have 100 trillion bacteria just in our tummies, to tell you the size of what goes on with your stomach.
It's not just a guy your size, it's a guy my size too.
Everybody. God made us basically the same, right? I just, you know, that's the way it is. So yeah, I mean, getting your gut in line will create health throughout your entire body, right? So if you're fighting anything, most of it starts in the gut and works its way out. The gut and the brain are connected. They call the gut the second brain, because the gut and the brain control it all, the nervous system, all of everything to do with your body.
Wow. Read that too.
The gut and the brain are in constant communication. The system is of critical digestive organs, also acts as a type of switchboard or communication center to and from the brain.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just said that.
About 100 trillion bacteria, both good and bad, living inside our digestive systems. More than the cells we have in our body, which is 3 times, you know. Pretty shocking.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. And of course, I've had nutrition shows since mid-'80s. Not not every day, but so often, because it intrigues me. And I always jogged and took care of myself and whatever. And like I say, it was not for longevity, it was for quality of life. But I taught myself to listen to my body. In other words, if I ate something and I'm going, I loved that, it tasted so good when I was eating it, that did not work for me. Mm-hmm. So I would store that as like, don't go back and eat that again.
Right.
So, but a lot of people, you know, and I've even asked some of them, because I'll see them like eat a meatloaf and gravy and potatoes with gravy on it, and they're just eating like this, you know, and just, you know, with the bread and everything. And I've asked people, like, after I watch them, all of that eating that they just did, and I'll say, do you have any problem after you eat that? And almost unanimously, no. So it doesn't, like, lay on your stomach like a piece of lead. They go, well, I don't think so. But I'm thinking to myself, what they're doing is they're not, you can't tell me you can eat like that and not have an effect on the way you feel an hour from then.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I may be wrong, maybe it's just me, but it's got to have an effect on you.
Right. It does. I mean, food is thy medicine, as it has always been and always will be. It is garbage in, garbage out, healthy stuff in, healthy. You're a perfect example, you and Sharron. I don't know her age, but she's what, 39?
She's actually older than I am. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's younger than I am.
You're 79, and you look amazing. You have probably more energy than I do. You're amazing, and you're a perfect example of what eating well, taking vitamins, having a positive outlook, saying your prayers. I mean, that's who we are as a company. You're a perfect person for us, and I know a lot of your people out there in TV land are the same. And I know they're sitting there saying, he's 79, why? I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to, you know, I love that. You know, you're a perfect example of what we all should do.
But with that said, you may read my obituary tomorrow, but know that he had quality of life. but I mean, the body is amazing. It really, and you just talked about all of the cells we have. I mean, when you're saying it, I'm going, are you kidding me? God did that precise. And Sharon and I were just talking yesterday. I will look up at the sky, and I will go, if one star, if the sun, if the moon, if all of his the universe, the way he puts it, exact, if one is out of place, something is just not right, especially the sun or the moon and the stars, we're dead. We're dead.
Right.
And he has everything in order, precise. You talk about perfectionist. God is a perfectionist.
Yes.
But he's given us a body that, just like you just said, that is almost like the universe.
We've had shows on this before, but I'm going to throw a couple more facts at you to tell you we are perfect, right? Our eyes are a million times more effective than any camera. We see colors that a camera will never, ever see. Our brain is more powerful than the largest supercomputers ever created or ever will be created. They will not be able to process as fast as we do. We have millions of processes that happen within 1 second to see a beautiful yellow flower. No camera can capture that. That will never be duplicated. No computer can deal with what our brain can deal with. Our God, amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's daunting to think about how powerful we really are. And by us taking care of our bodies, living longer, saying our prayers to him, I mean, it just all ties in. It's humbling to be part of his world.
And you think of the reason we have been blessed and given not only the medium of television, because I was just praying this morning in my office, and which I drop on my knees as soon as I go in and shut my door. And I just thank the Lord. Thank you for allowing me to be. I mean, I've actually knelt in my office for 39 years. Well, that's how long we've been on television. And I'm thinking, and I'm not tired of it. It's like this medium. Tomorrow, I was thinking about doing this show, and I thought, when we go down to do the show, we could reach one person, or we could reach 100,000. I mean, I know they talk about millions that watch any given week of our telecasts, or any telecast, but I just can't fathom, like millions, come on. But I look at it as one person gets it.
Right.
I mean, I could witness to 20 people in this room, and one person out of the 20 understood it was through the shed blood of the Lord Jesus Christ, his death, burial, and resurrection. That person says, he did that for me. You mean all I have to do is receive him? Invite him in? Like, that's all I have to do? Yeah. One person out of that 20 maybe gets it. It's kind of like this.
That is, right.
One person out of all of the people watching this goes, you know what? I have not been taking care of myself.
Right. Yeah, and for us, I mean, we know there's questions, lots of them. We're talking about gut health today. If you have other issues, whether it be mental fog, you're starting to slip in memory a little bit, you have arthritis, anything that you have that you want to talk to somebody that knows what they can help you with, and it's not a money grab.
Yeah.
We're giving all of our money to Campus Crusade for Christ, Compassion Internet, Jesus Film Project. I mean, all the amazing groups that we are passionate for. So call us. We're going to give you all the information you need. We're going to talk you through it all.
Right there on the screen.
Yeah,
and
just
you
call.
can go to that website, and this is, I'm telling you, this is not a commercial, because I use this myself. I mean, and get his, as you see, I do it every day. I take his vitamins. But this is one of the best catalogs you will ever, I mean, I have a lot of this kind of thing. I've never seen anything, I don't know who does this for you. I don't know who lays it out, but it is absolutely, and look on the cover. In fact, LifeSource, I read a magazine. I get Christian magazine. I think it was in Christianity Today or some magazine, and he had a full-page ad, And I go, wow, LifeSource. And of course, I've always been, in the vitamin thinking. And so that's how we connected,
Right.
because you advertised in some magazine that I bought.
Right.
But that's why it's so important to get like this, the word out. Somebody will, that connected to me. Somebody will be connected to this today.
Right. We hope a lot of people out there get connected, take charge of their health, think about long term. You're never going to take, if somebody tells you you're going to take this
Tell them right
pill.
in that camera right there.
If somebody tells you you're going to take this pill and everything's going to be better tomorrow, that's a lie. But if you take these pills throughout the month, keep taking them, health can rebuild itself. You can become younger feeling and mental clarity and all the things that you might be struggling with now. Let us try to help you with them. And through consistency, it will help. That's a promise.
And I'm just like you are, okay? Maybe I'm programmed myself to be so boringly consistent, that I tell Sharon sometimes, she may be away, and I'm here by myself or at the house or whatever, and she'll call me and she'll just say, "What are you doing?" And I'll always say to her, "Honey, what time is it?" Because you know what I do on this time schedule, in this time block, whether it's exercise or whatever, but it's kind of become a habit. What are you doing? And that's the way I am. But let me tell you something that I am like you. When I take vitamins, yes, that thing goes through my mind going, do you think this really does any good? Or is this just very expensive pee? Like I heard somebody say, it's like it just goes right through you, okay? But, and I have those things come into my mind also. And you know what? I dismiss them. Why? Because consistency allows my body to feel better. And let me tell you, I read through the Bible every year for 30 years now, this year. Consistency again. I have it laid out, so if I go on vacation, I have it laid out so I do the same thing, whether I'm in a hotel, motel, or somebody's home, or wherever I am, or in my own home. Consistency. You've got to live that way in order to make things happen systematically. Just like Bruce was saying, he does the same thing. But you know what? I've not always been that way. I had to work on myself to do that. And when you trust Christ as Lord and Savior, and you invite Him into your heart and life, consistency, live for Him every day, not just on Sunday, not just on Wednesday night, every day of your life. Jesus Christ is the answer to every need you may have. God bless you. Bye-bye.